Oh. Magically out of nowhere.
前はいつもサンドローネの庭に集まってたから、サンドローネが私の庭にお茶を飲みに来るのってなんだか新鮮だね。
You know you don't have to close your eyes when your mask isn't on, do you? You know that, right?
まあ、お茶とお菓子は私が用意しているから大して変わっていない気がするけれど。うん、やっぱり美味しい。ふん。ところで、旅人もよくあなたに会いにここに来てるそうね。
We usually
具
play
体的
chess.
には何をしているの？
Well, in my case,
一緒にお
lots
し
and
ゃべり
tosses.
したり、月齢と遊んだり、月齢が絵を描くのを眺めたりかな。あ、月並べもするよ。月並べって3つの石を一列に並べるあのゲーム？
The
旅
one who
人
can
とあな
think
た
one step ahead of the
どっ
other
ちが勝ち
person.
越している
Usually
の？
if you also put it in the
数
middle.
えてない。でも旅人結構上手だよ。
She's being very, very kind. We've actually drawn on a couple occasions here and there. She's pretty decent.
私とやってないからそう思うんじゃないかしら。
Oh, yeah.
本当の上手とはどんなものか教えてあげる。
Crap.
引き分けだったら私の負けでいいわ。
Okay.
いいね。
I think you only have like a move set of like 15 until it draws. Okay. I really should go in the middle to block, but I kind of want to set something up if I can. We'll go in the middle just for now. Hmm. Yeah, we drew. Not much we could do there, really. I was trying to hope for her to go for a block, and then I could try and put it on the other side, but it didn't really come out that well.
君の負けだね、サンドローネ。
It's my loss. Oh well. Well done, dear.
手加減してあげたのよ。
Come on now.
本当？すごく悔しそうだけど。もう一回よ。
I'll have as many as you like, dear. And so they played for hours.
次はもっと難しいゲームで遊びましょう。面白いパズルをたくさん知ってるのよ。
Girl, I don't want to play mathematic games. Get out of here.
うん。
That's a cute little laugh.
何笑ってるのよ。サンドローネのこんな嬉しそうな姿なんて 前はあんまり見れなかったから。私をゲームに誘ってくれたことなんてほとんどないし、
Well, it's a
む
good
し
thing
ろ
that
追い
things
出してた
change.
でし
Hey,
ょ。
Columbina.
ちょっと私がいじめていたみたいな言い方しないでくれるかしら。これからはもっとお茶会に誘うから。それでいいでしょ。
嬉しい。私サンドローネと一緒のお茶会が大好き。ここが昔住んでた場所？すごく綺麗だね。
Just like yourself, my dear. Welcome to my humble abode. I hope you like it.
昔はもっと綺麗だったんだから。私庭の手入れも結構得意なのよ。
Now that I'd like to see.
また笑って。今度は何
You
よ。
on your hands and knees
昔
gardening.
のサンドローネが花のそばでしゃがんでる姿を想像したら、なんだか可愛いなって思ったの。後で中を見て回ってもいい？
もちろんよ。
Inside where?
もう一通り
Oh, the
掃
house.
除してあ
Okay.
るから。
この家どうするつもりなの？
そうね。やっぱり残しておきたいわね。時間がある時に戻ってきて手入れするつもりよ。
忙しい時は私が手伝いに来ようか？私この家が好き。昔の君の部屋みたいで落ち着くから。
ふん、勝手にしなさい。
Quite a quick conversation, my days.
本当に素敵な場所だな。
Well, I guess it's time to clear up then. Thanks for coming to visit for tea time, though, Columbina.
また来ようね。
前の結果をも
it's
とに
Sucrose.
実験計画をちょっと調整
I
し
know
よう
it's
かな。
Sucrose. Calm down.
それから機材と実験用の素材も確認しないと。
What is she? It's hard to tell what she is. The ears kind of looks fox-like, but not really. I don't know what kind of creature she's meant to represent.
あ、そうだ。今日作る錬金薬を。旅人さんにパイモン。どうしてここに？
We come back to try some Korean
オイラたち
barbecue,
課題を手
as I'm
伝いに
enjoying
来たん
right
だ。
now.
何かオイラたちにできることがないか確かめておこうと思って。
Well, actually, it's not Korean barbecue, but it tastes kind of like it. It's smoky bacon. Mmm, smoky bacon crisps. Yummy. So forgive me if you hear me crunching here and there. Mmm. Delicious.
課題って。あ、アルベド先生が前に言ってた魔女会に関係する課題のことかな。ちょうど今日は定期実験の予定が入ってるよ。
じゃあスクロースはずっとその実験をやってるってことか？
Oh, that's how you say her name. I always say it like sucrose or sucrose. But skros, she says it like skros. Skros, you know? It's very strange. It's like if I said her name like, well, I can't think of any other way of saying, you know, Paimon. It's just Paimon, you know? Nomai. No, I said that backwards.
でも私の研
Paimon,
究
that's
分野
better,
と方
Paimon.
向性がある程度一致してるから、この課題を続けるのはそんなに負担じゃないの。だけど。
どうしたんだ？実験で何か困ったことでもあったのか？
実験はずっと成功してないの。
You are a bit of a klutz.
ってことはもう何回も失敗してるってことか？
単純に失敗したわけじゃないの。この課題の背後にある原理は想像してるよりもちょっと複雑で。
So, what's got you down in the dumps then, dear?
あ、そういえば聞いてなかったな。具体的にはどんな実験なんだ？
スイートフラワーを16倍大きいスイートフラワーにする薬剤配合の実験。つまり錬
A
金薬
variant.
4式植物媒化剤7型の調合実験だよ。 ちなみに7型なのは今日がこの実験の7回目だから。
16
7 times.
とにかく分かったぞ。オイラたちは大きくなる薬7号を作るってことだな。
No one tell Sae about this. She'll be over here in an instant wanting this serum.
大きくなる薬7号。
Imagine if it would work on Paimon. An adult Paimon, that'd be interesting. I'd probably say no to it, just to the fact that there's more room for her to eat more food, and thus taking more currency out of my
た
wallet.
だ7号といっても配合はあまり大きく変えてないの。原理も実験過程の産物も問題ないことが証明されてるから。
それなのにずっと成功しないのか？
うん、それで考えてたの。何か他の要素を取り入れる必要があるのかもって。
ははん、なるほど。他の要素だな。
Essence of Paimon? What the hell are you trying to assume then, I mean?
それならきっとすごい錬金薬が作れるぞ。って違うだろ。オイラを薬に入れるな。
パイモンを加えたら元の材料の配合を調整する必要があるから、今までの安定した配合より効果が劣るかも。
オイラは材料になんかならないぞ。早く普通のレシピを出してくれ。
ここにあるよ。でもあと2つ材料が足りないの。
ひひ。
Pie and
オ
Mom.
イラたちに任せろ。何が必要なんだ？
ベースになるのは清泉町の潜水。それとちょっと面倒なのが強風のコアの破片。
じゃあ早速行こうぜ。
材料は全部揃ったし、錬成用の錬金釜もあっちにあるからいつでも始められるけど、でも
Go
ま
on.
だ何か困ってることがある
What's the
の
issue?
か？
違うの。ただ正確に記録するためにもあなたたちが錬成するところを見てもいいかな。実は実験を見られたくない人って多くて、私もその。
That's no problem. We don't mind.
ありがとう。じゃあ準備ができたら始めよう。ちゃんと記録しておくからね。どんな細かいことも見逃さないよ。どうする？今から錬成を始める？
Yeah, let's go. Oh shit. Okay, it's an actual mini game. So basically no different to what we've had with the other event. There we are.
できた。錬成の過程は完璧だった。
Why, thank you.
うん。薬剤の変化過程を見る限り
Can you see me
全く
riding
ミ
a
スはない。
broom
ちょ
with
っ
a
と
witch,
成
with a
分を
witch?
取り出して実験
with
し
a
て
cat
み
on
る
the
ね。
end of it.
少し待って。うん。錬成の過程が完璧なら得られる結果も完璧。理にかなった直感通りの過程だった。
Guys, I'm sorry for eating so much, but honestly, these are bloody lovely. These crisps are absolutely gorgeous. Mmm. Mmm. Absolutely delicious.
っ
Sorry.
てことはオイラたちが作った大きくなる薬7号は
前の6回分の4式植物媒化剤と全く同じだよ。
ってことは結果も同じになっちゃうじゃないか。
Nope. All depends on two things. Timing and how much you put in. Believe you me, you can cook food the exact same way, but if the timing is off by more than a few seconds, or if the food itself is a little bit too excessive, that can really affect the speed and how well cooked your food is. Believe you
う
me.
んうん。実験っていうのは全部が同じように見えても少しだけ違いが出る。完成するまで誰も結果がわからないからこそ実験には意味があるの。実験場に行こう。そこに移植したスイートフラワーがある。あとは4式植物媒化剤7型をスイートフラワーに注ぐだけ。
大きくなる薬もう注いだぞ。これで大丈夫なのか？
うん、大丈夫だよ。スイートフラワーが錬金薬の成分を吸収した後、
Of
内部
course.
で消化反応させる必要があって、それにちょっと時間がかかるの。
それでその後は？
スイートフラワーは元の形を保ったまま膨張するように成長するの。ただ12倍から14倍の大きさまで成長すると耐えられなくなってしまう。
So when a weightlifter just does nothing but arms and chest and forgets leg day, then fair enough.
まるで触れてはいけない境界に触れたみたいに不自然な形で枯れ落ち、液状になって地面に広がってしまうの。
So they would have pissed themselves to death. Although I don't know if that's true, because there are certain plants. I mean, yeah, granted, cacti are a different like thing altogether, really. But you know, there are some plants that can really grow to a decent size, and we're not just talking trees here, but take a sunflower. They can grow as tall as a man, but excuse me, depending on how much sun they get and liquid from the rain, I feel like they could go a little bit bigger. But then after a point, you know, they will wilt due to the heavy set of the flower being a little bit higher than the stem can handle, you know. You can only go so far until Fulcrum's law comes into point, you know.
どうしてそうなるんだ？大きくなる薬に問題があるのか？
ううん、大きくなる薬の多岐にわたる調整と精密なコントロールのおかげで小型の低木が巨大化する際に生じる様々な問題は解決済みなの。
This is kind of what went wrong in America if you think about it, because let's be frank, they're poisoning their food. I don't care what anyone says. If you put artificial shit into your food, yeah, it might taste good. Yeah, the meat might taste good and the vegetables will last longer, but like, fuck yeah, hell. You're basically putting like all sorts of different type of artificial shit into your food that it will just destroy your body. You don't even have to take my word for it. I know a few American friends of mine that have come over and lived here, all because the food was in decent like proportions. You know, nothing was too big, nothing's too large, and everything was at a decent portion. And we try not to focus so much on, you know, what we eat. It's just in moderation. It's the same with drinking. You know, I don't drink alcohol or smoke cigarettes or anything like that. But if you take things in moderation, it shouldn't really be that bad of a thing, really. Yeah, I should normally say, like, oh, well, don't smoke and don't drink. But, like, come on. People are going to do that no matter what you say, really. So the best you can do is try and kind of limit what they have to a point. So moderation is really the key thing, really, here. As long as you get a nice work-life balance, like a nice healthy balance between, you know, junk food and healthy food, and with a bit of a little tinge of exercise in there, your body will be just fine. In fact, I know one fella who weighed like 350 pounds. Pretty big, pretty big basically, and he was like 23 or so at the time when he was that weight. And then when he got to about 30, he was 28 when he came over. So 2 years later, he'd only started to lose the weight roughly 6 months into being here in the UK. But that was because it took him time to kind of like come to the idea that, you know, moderation had to be kind of a key factor in it. You don't have to like measure every little bit of your food and all that, but it's just the healthy amounts basically. And I think he lost well over like I'd say about £180, something like that. More to a more healthy weight, basically. He was never even a heavy-set guy either. It was just the food he was eating. It was just like the crap they pump into their food over there is just hysterically horrible. But you can't tell them otherwise because they think, oh, because it tastes better, it's got to be great. Well, if that's the case, why does medicine taste like shit? Why does it taste bitter? Because it's healthy for you, You've got to take your medication here and there. Anyway.
例えば葉っぱの過剰な成長の抑制、根の直径と耐荷重能力の強化、表面積の増大による日光と養分の供給問題も計算済み。
This is what I like about Japanese culture when it comes to their cherry blossoms, because Japan will take care of their cherry blossoms all year round. They have a specific team that handles the health and care of the cherry blossoms so that they're covered for winter, and for the first 3 weeks of spring when they come out, they are the most beautiful you'll ever get. They really, really take care of their trees, and it just shows the dedication and love that they put in for their forestry, basically, and their their trees and their culture, basically, which is something, we do take care of our forests, basically, and we are starting to put more an emphasis on that with our forests and all that. Not so much in Wales, which is kind of a shame, really, because Wales and Scotland have some of the most, apart from the Lake District in England, is some of the most expansive bit of wildlife and like wild ferns and forests and everything like that. But because of like the new additure of like electric windmills and all that, which are allowing electricity to go through certain parts of Wales that not many places could ever reach to, they've had to put them somewhere, so they've put them in the forest, deforesting some of the areas around Wales, which is really kind of a shame because the forests were one of their natural beauties, really, and it's just such a shame, really, to see it. Real shame.
じゃあなんで失敗しちゃったんだ？
それは限界を超えられないから。上のごとく下もしかり。つまり錬金術が追い求める万能物質もこの世界では限界があるの。サイズっていうのは万物に刻まれた法則。繰り返し実験をするのはこのサイズの限界が安定しているか確認するためなの。
Exactly. It might not be the result that you've seen, but it's still a result at the end of the day. It's like when you're in competition, Yeah, you have people that win competitions and all that, but there's second, third, and fourth places for a reason, basically. A lot of people say, oh, well, that's just participation, like trophies and all that shit. And I think, well, yeah, I mean, you can look at it black and white as you like, the world has winners and losers. But the reason we have losers is to show the determination through those lost days that you can win, Also, I feel like you can't really succeed in life without failing, really, at the end of the day as well. You can't really become a humble person unless you've been shot down a peg or two by, a fellow competitor. That's what teaches you, like, how to handle your losses, basically. And that's really where, the great man or great woman really stands, really. It's not when they win, it's when they lose. How do they handle a loss, basically? How do they handle the opponent winning, basically? I mean, it's easy to celebrate a win and all that, but it's much, much more difficult to take a loss, swallow it, and use it as energy for the next time you go again against that opponent, Really different.
そう。限界が常に存在することを証明できる。
よくわからないぞ。とにかく実験失敗だったら境界が安定してるって証明になるってことか？変な実験だぜ。あれ？スイートフラワーが反応したぞ。いや違う。この動き。スイートフラワーじゃないぞ。
Oh no, we've created a boss.
これはトリックフラワーだ。これまでは誤ってトリックフラワーが吸収してもこんなサイズにはならなかったのに、一体どうして。
It's a
前に
success.
も同じようなことがあったのか。こんな話してる場合じゃないぞ。まずこのでかいやつを倒さないと。
Ever so slightly crossed the line. What kind of a name is that?
6308式ユニット、光り輝くがいい。
一休みしたいわ。くだらない。滑稽ね。力を抜いてリラックスするのよ。
影を打つ。
He's shriveled.
やっと片付けたぞ。大きくなったのがトリックフラワーで助かったぜ。さっきのトリックフラワ
戦いながらの大まかな目測だけど、もう16倍のサイズ。それ以上になってたと思う。実験は成功。
実験が成功したのはいいことじゃないのか。
Not exactly. What she's probably going on, as you've just said, that the whooper flower was still a whooper flower. So she's thinking, if it got that big, why didn't anything change? She's probably going to go on like an explanation of like how evolution works, basically. But the problem is with evolution, you know, let's take an excerpt from like, I don't know, the Ice Age, basically, or the Late Cretaceous. Dinosaurs back then got so big because there was a lot of oxygen in the Earth's atmosphere, basically. More oxygen means more expenditure for the blood vessels, and the more that the blood vessels expand, the more the body has to grow to compensate. It's the same with the heart. If the blood cannot get around the body quick enough, the heart has to grow to compensate for it. It's the same with evolution, basically. Especially when it comes to oxygen. The more oxygen, the bigger things get. It's as simple as that, basically. So she's probably thinking, well, since the plant got bigger, how come nothing changed about it apart from the colorization and a couple of things here and there? Size. Size changes everything based on the creature and the species, basically. It's all interesting.
この実験の成功がどんな影響を及ぼすかはまだ断言できないけど、もし今後もずっと同じ結果を再現できるなら、それは何かが変わったってこと。もしかしたら法則の限界が何らかの理由で揺らいでるのかもしれない。
Is it global
それが
warming?
いいことなのか悪いことなのかはわからないけど、でも錬金術研究の観点から言えば、広がった境界はもっと多くの新たな可能性を生み出してくれる。
Is it man, bear, pig? If you don't know, go watch South Park. Guys, I'm serious. Man, bear, pig is real. I'm super serial. God, I love South Park. It's such a funny joke.
これで限界に関する課題
You
も
guys didn't believe me
一
about
段
man,
落
bear,
かな。
pig.
そうだな。
もしかして
I think they were taking the piss out of Al
人が影響を
Gore,
与
I
えてる
believe,
の
that
か
said
な。
that shit about global
もし
warming.
くはこのトリックフラワーが特別な個体だったのかも。課題の後の課題、まだ確認しないといけない可能性がたくさんある。
そうなのか。じゃあ必要な時はオイラと旅人も手伝うぞ。
Oh, let's. Please. I kind of want to see what an adult Paimon would look like.
オイラが飲んだら16倍大きい巨大パイモンになれるかもな。お宝を奪いに来た宝刀団なんて一撃でぶっ飛ばせ
I
るぞ。
suffer the mighty
Taboo
evolution of your
Murida, yo.
punch.
トリックフラワーが成功したのは体の構造がスイートフラワーと似てるからで、パイモンが大きくなったとしても重すぎて動けないんじゃないかな。
Like a poison ivy variant.
オイラそんなのごめんだぞ。 あ、そういえばスクロースはなんでずっとスイートフラワーと夕暮れの実の研究をしてるんだ？
それはもちろん夕暮れの実もスイートフラワーから抽出した糖分も
So you're just after that
どっ
sweet
ちも
nectar,
甘
eh?
いからだよ。その点で言うと今回の16倍大きいトリックフラワーの実験は追加の収穫があったね。トリックフラワーの蜜は
スイートフラワーとほぼ変わらない味だな。
花の蜜から糖を抽出したらあなたたちにも分けてあげるね。
約束だぞ。
Aku mesuhomo tanpa asbona samnia sadu